So this person says, this was a case in England, right? Try and picture this happening in the United States. On being informed that a girl did not want to get married, Muhammad Sahid Akhtar, imam of a mosque, said, we're talking about Britain, so let's not say there are a few radical Muslims who are terrorists and ISIL, but not everybody else. This imam said, she's 14. She's 14. By Sharia, grace of Allah, she's legal to be married. That is Sharia. By the way, over 80 Sharia courts. Over 80 Sharia courts in England right now.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, 80 Sharia courts. If you understand what Sharia courts, basically, if you're a woman, feminists should be most angry about this attack. They should be more mad about this attack than anybody else. You know why? Because this is a place in the world where Sharia is already taking over. These attacks are to try and encourage Sharia, the same Sharia that entirely limits and it entirely eradicates free speech, whether it's a cartoon or a woman speaking up after a poorly made sandwich. And you have an imam here saying, by Sharia, by grace of Allah, she's legal to get married. How about this? We no longer get to use the term Muslims. You don't get to say grace of Allah because there is no grace of Allah. Allah has no grace. Christ is grateful. And I don't even care whether you're an atheist or you're an agnostic. Christ specifically allows you to be that. If you don't believe in him, if you don't believe that there's a God, fine. But let's assume that you do. Let's assume Jesus did. He was just some psychopath who believed that he was God incarnate. He said you have that right. And by the way, by his grace, you might be saved. That's a big different concept as opposed to we're going to weigh your good deeds and your bad deeds, and Allah is going to finally get to decide. By the way, not covering up your whole body, that's a bad deed. By the way, wanting equal rights, women, that's a bad deed. By the way, free speech, that's a bad deed. So every single person who isn't a radical Muslim gets no grace from Allah. By the grace of Allah is an oxymoron, and you've seen that happen here in Paris.